So for today's video, I wanted to do something different, mainly because I've been away this week at UK Games Expo. So this video has been pre-recorded from the week before. My hobby desk looks like an absolute tactical disaster zone. My sleep schedule's been abandoned. But while I was painting the Orc Boy last week, it made me think of something that I reckon a lot of hobbyists deal with nowadays. And that's the amount of pressure social media has put on painting. Because genuinely, one of the worst things I think to happen from social media is more people feel like they're constantly behind. When I first got into the hobby, everything just felt simpler. You'd open up a White Dwarf magazine, see some absolutely mental, brightly coloured armies, goblin green bases, and you just want to grab your paints and have some fun. Nobody cared if your blending was perfect. Nobody cared if the highlights weren't at competition level. Half the models looked like they were painted in the dark, with just one brush and pure enthusiasm. Damn! But that was the magic of it. You'd just be sat there with your mates, throw some paint around, probably ruin a brush or three in the process, but somehow it was the best time ever. And painting the old school Orc Boys really brought that back to me, just for fun. No pressure, no overthinking, no content strategy. You were painting just for the sake of painting. But social media has changed how a lot of us interact with the hobby now. But don't get me wrong, there's a lot of amazing stuff to come from that side of the hobby too. You can learn faster than ever. There's incredible tutorials everywhere. You can meet hobbyists from all over the world and you can get inspired daily. That side of it, brilliant. But I also think there's a lot of weird pressure now where every project has to be better than the one before it. Like you can't just paint a random fun model anymore. It has to be the cleanest, the darkest, the brightest, the fastest, the most cinematic, most algorithm approved thing ever. Which is ridiculous when you think about it. Because we're literally sat here painting space lunatics and green football hooligans. This is supposed to be fun. I also think comparison is absolutely brutal in this hobby. Because years ago, you'd only ever really see amazing paint jobs in magazines like White Dwarf once, twice a month. Now, you open up Instagram, within 5 seconds you're dealt with Dave from across the country with an absolutely insane army that he's painted for skills that you didn't even know was possible. Almost like wizardry. While you're sat there trying to remember where the hell you just put your wash brush. And it can make you feel like you're not improving fast enough, or your work isn't good enough, or your army isn't finished enough. And I think that's where doubt can start creeping in. Because instead of just relaxing, your hobby is starting to feel like another job, another chore, another hassle. You start thinking, I should be painting, I should be uploading more, I should be improving faster, and I should be more productive. And before you know it, you're staring at your hobby desk tired before you even picked up the brush. And trust me, I've had evens like this. Roll up at my desk and just think I cannot be bothered to paint tonight. Not because I don't love the hobby, but because mentally you're cooked. And I think more people feel that than they admit. And I think that's why I'm enjoying more of the fun projects recently. Stuff like 90s inspired orcs, pure nostalgia painting, just relaxing. No pressure. No trying to paint the next masterpiece. No overcomplicated plan or scheme. Just sitting down with some music on, throwing bright colours about the gaff, and remembering why I started this hobby in the first place. Seriously, give it a go. Paint a goofy model. Try weird colours that you maybe wouldn't normally use. Do an old school style base. Just ignore perfection for a bit. And I think going to UK Games Expo is going to help with that as well. Just being around that many people who are genuinely excited for hobbying and creativity, trying new games, meeting new people, trying out all sorts of stuff, and seeing stuff in person rather than through a phone screen, I think it's going to add a new lease of life into the hobby. And there'll be a full video of my experience at UK Games Expo when I come back. Hopefully there's going to be plenty of content, plenty of new games, and plenty of new stuff and tools that hopefully we've picked up while we're there. I'd genuinely love to know what you lot think about this. Do you think social media has improved the hobby overall? Or do you think it's added a lot of pressure and negativity? And what do you personally do when you hit the hobby wall? Anyway, enough of the ramble today. Next week's video should be a lot longer and hopefully with a lot more footage and plenty of cool stories that I've picked up along the way. So if you enjoyed this one, make sure you like and subscribe, give it a share and drop a comment down below. See you in the next one.
In the grimdark universe, there is